Hi, I'm Sara Bronin, and I created Property 101, a series that you're listening to now, to help you understand the basics of property law. We cover four fundamental questions in this series, and today we are talking about the second question, which is acquiring property. And today I want you to think very broadly about the reasons for and against private ownership. We take it as a given that much of our land and our personal property will be owned by private parties and serving private interests. One question is, did it have to be this way? So consider towns all over England several centuries ago, England, of course, being the country from which early American jurists derived so much inspiration for the laws that we have. So England, these English towns had common land, things like town greens, where sheep would graze or people would do some farming together. In land that is truly common, that is unowned by anybody, no one has access to the Blackstonian bundle. No one has the right to transfer or to use or exclude because no one is an owner. In some ways, this might seem like a good thing. We're all sharing, it's a community effort. We have this beautiful green that's in the middle of town, and it's just a lovely place for us to be. But there are many negative consequences too, or possibilities. Most notably is the potential for overgrazing or the overuse of land. So each individual person might see the commons as a resource for them as an individual, while ignoring the consequences of their use on everyone. Too many people using the commons, in the case of sheep, would mean that the grass wouldn't grow because the sheep has trampled it or eaten all of it. It would be ruined for everyone. It was Garrett Hardin who coined the term tragedy of the commons. So here are a couple of things that he said. The inherent logic of the commons remorselessly generates tragedy. That's one. And then how about this one? Ruin is the destination towards which all men rush, each pursuing his own interests in a society that believes in freedom of the commons. So he really had a view, I mean, the tragedy of the commons, that the commons was created inevitable problems. At the same time, you have to wonder whether it was common land that actually helped to justify individual property ownership. If you have individual property ownership, individual owners maximize the productive use of their property, again, at least in theory, and they use it in beneficial ways to society as a result. Again, that's the theory behind private ownership, that by giving people rights to property, by giving people rights to their labor that they put into the property, that they'll be much more likely to make good use of a property that they have. On the other hand, there is a really important value to common land and to land where the interests of the public are held. So although they are not unowned commons, public parks, beaches, and other large public spaces can function as common land. So one of the most valuable things about a commons is that no one has the right to exclude. In videos discussing question 3, what you can do with property, you'll see how 20th century laws constraining the right to exclude in places of public accommodations and decisions that give people access to places like beaches end up actually strengthening the rights of marginalized groups. I sense in both of those cases that there is a modern commons and that people should be able to access it underlies those laws and decisions. So the commons is not dead. Maybe it never was. We hope to see you again. I'll leave it there. I will hope to see you on Twitter or on my mailing list through my website. I always love to connect. So we'll see you next time and look forward to talking more. Thank you.